Proceed.
Imagine you want to start with like getting yourself involved with gaming. So there's like Crossroads, right? There's PCs, and then there's consoles. You have a reasonable budget for either which, so, but you still can't decide for yourself. But today I will be covering both of them and a bit of their history, so you'll know your decision at the end. What are consoles? They are designed solely just for video games. Like they can be applied as home consoles to handheld devices, or sometimes both. The most popular option between those are the home consoles, and for a good reason too. PCs, on the other hand, are more focused on being a computer designed for your own personal use. This personal use can be for gaming, although you just have to set some things up like a launcher, which is just an app that will hold your games and you can download them.
You need a keyboard. Arrow.
Oh, there's a keyboard. Oh, sure. Fix that.
Oh no, the arrow on your keyboard.
I know.
Oh.
Oops. Okay, sorry.
That's okay.
Okay, now for the pros, consoles are generally easy to use. You buy them and you just plug them in. Consoles are said to have like a consistent performance with games. You don't have to like directly upgrade the hardware itself by buying like a whole bunch of parts and stuff. It is also affordable and has multiplayer access for people who just want to play games in general. And for the cons, there are limited customizability for your console. Your games library have been restricted to only official releases, which means you can't really play games made by independent developers. You'll need to buy a whole new console for when the next generation of said consoles step around. And, as the image shows, you are required to pay money for subscriptions to even play multiplayer.
Ooh.
PC Gaming, however, offers multiplayer gameplay for absolutely free. You are allowed to customize your PC in any ways you want it to be. For example, you can decide between having lights inside your computer, like the one on the left and the right, or you can switch your components into like much more better and more powerful ones. Not only you can play your games on PC, you can also use it for many other purposes like doing your homework, making music, drawing art, editing videos, and other stuff. The cons for this, PCs have their own flaws. It is way more expensive than consoles by a long shot. You would have to genuinely invest with your own money to get the right build and the right parts to build it. Getting yourself involved in upgrading computers are technically complex for an average person to look at. You would have to look into it or study about each and every hardware to like get a grasp to even build it. Even though I had a hard time looking at electronic components, I got around and I learned. I built my own PC. Everything you need to know about PC gaming. According to the PC Gamer magazine, it is stated that PC gaming as a concept has been around for about 30 years and counting. The game industry itself is constantly evolving, and even now as I present this, it's still evolving. This magazine also states that the PCs were one of the first devices to ever play games on, and its major significance is in developing those games in history. Video games like Doom or Half-Life have revolutionized the way games are developed and brought forth a fast transition from 2D games to 3D games, with a constant evolution of the gaming art style, bringing older and obsolete computers to a halt. This brought manufacturers to create stronger, much more powerful components and hardware for computers to stay on track with newer and newer games. As written by Mike Snyder of USA Today, he states that Sony and Microsoft are both two in the big gaming industry for their consoles. Microsoft's current Xbox Series X and Sony's PlayStation 5. Both the Xbox and PlayStation are both well known in the gaming history, some we would consider to be iconic even. Back then, it was Sony, then Nintendo, and then eventually Microsoft, when they put out their games for folks to buy. Going a little further on their past, Nintendo is more focused on creating their games like Super Mario Brothers, Legend of Zelda, and other owned Nintendo franchises. Sony, however, locked their eyes upon improving their console, given that Sony has previously sold electronic devices before involving themselves with gaming. Microsoft was mainly developing the Xbox to be on par with PC graphics for the sake of competition against Sony. As provided from the Maximum PC article, when both consoles and PCs are pitted against each other, their biggest focus upon this is their hardware, which can hold up in gaming. Or their biggest focus upon this is how their hardware can hold up in gaming. To compare now, PCs let you customize their hardware, given if you have to know how, or if someone built it for you. Consoles, however, cannot let you build custom built-in hardware, but they are highly capable of playing video games without any known graphic or performance issues. There's a first for this one. But not.
Go ahead.
Most of these questions are what I brought up.
Yes, you did. And they're listening to you.
Yippee. There's no wrong answer.
Let's see what they come up with. Too bad we don't have more in here. 3-2.
Oh my god. Go PC than console, I see.